The Moth by H.G. Wells. Probably you have heard of Hapley. Not W.T. Hapley the son, but the celebrated Hapley. The Hapley of Penny Planeta Hapley, Hapley the entomologist. If so, you know at least of the great feud between Hapley and Professor Hawkins, though certain of its consequences may be new to you. For those who have not, a word or two of explanation is necessary, which the idle reader may go over with a glancing eye, if his indolence so incline him. It is amazing how very widely diffused is the ignorance of such really important matters as this Hapley-Hawkins feud. These epoch-making controversies, again, that have convulsed the Geological Society, are, I verily believe, almost entirely unknown outside the fellowship of that body. I have heard of men of fair general education even refer to the great scenes at these meetings as vestry meeting squabbles, yet the great hate of the English and Scotch geologists has lasted now half a century, and has left deep and abundant marks upon the body of science, and this Hapley-Hawkins business, though perhaps a more personal affair, stirred passions as profound, if not profounder. Your common man has no conception of the zeal that animates a scientific investigator, the fury of contradiction you can arouse in him. It is an odium theologicum in a new form. There are men, for instance, who would gladly burn Sir Ray Lancaster at Smithfield for his treatment of mollusca in the Encyclopedia. That fantastic extension of the cephalopods to cover the pteropods. But I wander from Hapley and Hawkins. It began years and years ago with a revision of Microlepidoptera, whatever these may be, by Hawkins, in which he extinguished a new species created by Hapley. Hapley, who was always quarrelsome, replied by a stinging impeachment of the entire classification of Hawkins. Hawkins, in his rejoinder, suggested that Hapley's microscope was as defective as his power of observation, and called him an irresponsible meddler. Hapley was not a professor at that time. Hapley, in his retort, spoke of blundering collectors, and described, as if inadvertently, Hawkins' revision as a miracle of ineptitude. It was war to the knife. However, it would scarcely interest the reader to detail how these two great men quarrelled, and how the split between them widened, until from the Microlepidoptera they were at war upon every open question in entomology. There were memorable occasions. At times the Royal Entomological Society meetings resembled...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?